And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you our opening act, CHRISTREBEL.
Praise God. You know, if the president came here, or we were at a Yankee or Mets game or Phillies game, we'd be cheering our hearts out. We'd be screaming and making so much noise so that they can hear us. So, as Pastor prayed, I just felt the presence of God fall in this place. And I believe that we can give God a shout. God isn't a nervous God. So we can give him a shout, we can give him a hand praise, and we can thank him for another day. I don't know if you guys will join me. I'm not ashamed to praise my Father. If you guys can join me, just say hallelujah. Hallelujah. That sounds better. Hallelujah. You know, God is a great God. I don't think I have to tell you guys that, but if you guys allow me to be transparent, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm not supposed to be here. When I say that, I don't mean it as, you know, Daryl had someone else. I mean, I'm not supposed to be alive on this earth. From the time that I was in my mother's womb, I was born, I was blue, I had the umbilical cord wrapped around my belly, around my neck, and my mom's belly, my mom's womb. And the doctors told her we don't feel a heartbeat, he's dead. My mom, mothers as you guys are, powerful woman, said, Doc, please, he has to live. They did a C-section, surprise, I was born.
Yeah. Amen.
God continued with that. At the age of 2, out of nowhere, I fall in a coma. And everybody's wondering, what's going on with this kid? I was very active, and all of a sudden, I was in a coma. They took me to the hospital. Told my mother, he's a type 1 diabetic. We don't know how long this has been going on, but he's a type 1 diabetic. They got my blood sugar under control, sent me home. My family, never having to have dealt with this, had a struggle. It's a hard thing. 2.5-year-old, and they're trying to put needles on me. Every time they try to put a needle, wherever they were going, I moved the body part. They had my brother, my sister, my mother, father was doing dances that so that they weren't able to get me with the needles because I didn't want them. Fast forward, I'm in my 9-year-old, 10-year-old years. My mom decides that she wants to see something happen in my life to change, and she starts going to church. And I go to church, and I'm there, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not liking it. I was in trouble all the time. Because I came originally from Brooklyn, New York, from the streets of Brooklyn, New York, grew up in the projects, and that's the lifestyle, that's the mindset that I knew. I knew how to act in the way that the environment dictated. So after I hit my about 13, 14 years old, I said, Mom, I want to go to the streets. I'd rather be in the chains of the world than the chains of the church. And I hit the streets. Started doing my thing. I fought everybody and anybody. You looked at me wrong, I was fighting you. You messed with someone that I cared about, I was fighting you. I started becoming what my mother always prayed I never would become. Started disrespecting women. I started doing things that, thank you for the grace and mercy of God, I used to be ashamed of, but I know I'm forgiven now. It got to the point that I started playing baseball. I was about 15, 16 years old. And at that moment, I was getting scouted. So I got big-headed. I said, oh man, I'm going to make it to major leagues. I'm telling my parents, I already know who I'm going to sign with. I'm going to sign with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Because that's who Roberto Clemente played with. I'm going to be the next one. I decided one day to play in the league in football, supposedly two-hand touch. And I ended up getting hurt, tearing my shoulder, my clavicle. I was done. After all the offers were on the table, they reneged and took them back. So here I am, a young man, thinking I got my whole future before me. I'm going to play in the major leagues. I'm going to do all these things. And the look on my father's face, who was a great baseball player in Puerto Rico, thinking that I was going to make it, the look of disappointment crushed me. And I said, man, I'm disappointed. I'm a waste. So I got to the point that after a relationship not working out, that not working out, just the disease that I thought was killing me, I said, I'm going to end my life today. So I went and I took what the syringe allowed, which is about 100 units or more of insulin. I went to sleep and didn't eat. So I basically wanted to kill myself. And I went through with it. I took the needle, gave myself the amounts of insulin, didn't talk to anyone. I lived alone and went to sleep. Mothers, continue praying for your children, because those prayers work. My mother was praying for me. I somehow woke up in the middle of the night and my mind was gone. It was pretty delirious. I didn't know where I was at. I walked outside, I was in undergarments. And where I lived in Brooklyn, there's nothing but stores. And I walked outside like that. I called my niece and told her, look, something's wrong with me. She tells my sister, because I'm always cracking jokes, she tells my sister, I'm wild, this is acting funny. And my sister takes the phone and says, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know, something's wrong. I don't feel like myself. She calls an ambulance, the ambulance comes. Her brother-in-law came and dressed me because I couldn't even dress myself. When I got in the ambulance, I flatlined. My heart was done. They had to use the paddles to bring me back to life. Now here I am, 20-something years old, a young man with everything before him, but because of suicide on my mind, which is something that is attacking this world and even attacking the church, I went through with this. Now, they used the paddles, my heart started beating, but I didn't wake up, I was in a coma. My family comes from Puerto Rico, from all over the place. My mom comes and sits next to me. I don't know what's going on, of course, I'm in a coma. This has all been told to me afterwards. And they told my mom, ma'am, we've done everything that we could for him. But there is no activity in his brain. He's going to be a vegetable, he's going to be brain dead. Now I'm the youngest of three. My mom is like, I'm losing my son. That was what she could have said. She tells the doctor, doctor, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done. All this medical work that you've done, it's great. But I believe in a powerful God. And my son will be okay once again. Now my mom does that. And a few hours later, I wake up. And I'm taking everything out. They had all sorts of machines that I can't probably even say the names. But it was for me to breathe and things for medication going through my veins. And I start taking everything off, asking, why am I here? What was going on in my life? What is this, Mom? Why are you here? And all my mom is doing is crying and praising God. Now remember, I'm not serving the Lord at this moment. So to me, it's just like, whatever. I wake up, and they do all sorts of tests, and everything that they said, every diagnosis that the doctor gave, that's why the final word is always God's. Every diagnosis the doctor gave was proved not untrue. Was proved true, untrue. Exactly what they said was shown that it was not what's going to happen for my life. Went to church. I went for the girls, if I'm going to be honest. I went for the girls, and I went and I was picking up numbers and all this other stuff. And the pastor comes up to me. And he says, young man, I never met him in my life. I've been praying for you. Praying for me? You don't know me from a hole in the wall. He says, God showed me you in a vision a long time ago. I've been praying for you. And I tell him in Spanish, viejo loco, which means crazy old man. So I go and I sit down in the church, and I'm just hanging out. And I'm looking at everybody, and I'm telling my mom, look at this one, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. I'm making fun of everybody and anybody. And my mom is telling me, stop. But because of what I had inside, the anger, the hurt, the pain, I didn't want anybody to see that inside. So I put the tough guy front. I put the tough guy facade. And as the pastor preached, and he preached his message, it started hitting me. And I said to myself, nah, I can't do this. I can't be in church again. I can't. It's not me. And as I'm saying this, I'm walking to the altar. He's doing the altar call, and I'm bawling. I'm not a crying person, but I'm just bawling and crying. And I get up to the altar, and I get on my knees, and I said, God, I'm going to give you one chance. Now, this is the ignorance that I had. I'm going to give you one chance. If you don't change my life, if you don't transform this heart, if you don't take this hurt, this hate, this anger from the root willing to take it out of my heart, I'm going to be worse than the devil on this earth. Ever since that day, God has never failed me. Never. I failed God. I have fallen, and he's just dusted me off, picked me up, and put me back. So when I tell you that God is the God of miracles, not only yesterday, but today and forever, I'm a testament of that. I'm here only because of the prayers of my mother and the mercy and grace of God. So don't give up. Don't matter what the environment says, the situation says, God has a purpose and a plan. And the enemy's out on the attack. That's so obvious with what's going on. But God has raised up an army to say, no, you're not doing this and you're not having your way. I'm standing for God, and that's it. I'm not backing up. So this is where this song came out. It's just a short song, but it's called All That's Left. And what I realized is that after everything was said and done, all I had left was what I needed, which was Jesus Christ. So I got to the point that I had to learn, God, what is it that you have for me to do? Because I know what my plans were. I know what I had as far as my purpose, but I don't know yours. And I went through a struggle because this flesh wants to do what it wants to do. But God is telling me to do something else. So I felt like I was being pulled in so many different directions. And the enemy will use whatever was something that was a stronghold in your life to try to pull you away. Even if it's just to distract you, to detour you, he's going to do that. And he started bringing females into my life. Oh man, they give me the attention I love. And in my head, I was getting big head. I was like, oh, I'm a Mac. I'm a, I could get them all, but what am I going to complain about? And it took my focus off of Christ. And I started feeling the same things I was feeling before. And I'm a young man, I was working. I have amazing parents. I have an amazing family. I have no complaints about that. Yeah, there were issues and things happened like every other family, but they were there for me at the end of the day. I had gotten to the point that I learned to forgive my father. After so many years of saying, I hate you, Dad. I got to the point to say that I love you. I love I'll do anything for you, Dad. Because I learned that in order for me to receive the forgiveness that Jesus Christ gave me, I need to learn to forgive others as freely. And I started growing, started developing. I learned what it was like to have a real relationship with Christ. Not a religious experience, but a real relationship with Christ. That I can say, God, I lay down everything for you. If you ask that of me, I'll do that. And things that were gone in my life, I mean, doctors had said that my memory would be shot. That I wouldn't be able to remember many things, my short-term and long-term memory, because of what happened to me, that I wouldn't function normally. There's things that I remember that I don't want to remember. That I try to get it in my head and stay stuck. So when God does, I said this earlier, God doesn't recycle, He makes you brand new. He makes you even better than before. So He did a transformation in my life that is night and day. But I was experiencing these emotions of, do I follow my flesh? Do I live the life of every other 20-something-year-old kid and do everything that I want because it's the acceptable thing to do? It's the normal thing to do? It's me living my best life? Or do I follow Christ? Many times I see there's young people in here, that's a struggle we go through. It's not easy being a teenager or a young adult and serving God. You get made fun of, you get told, you're corny, you're cheesy, you're flaky, you're this, you're that. Because you decided to follow God. You're not doing what everybody else is doing. You're going against the flow. That's where the rebel came from. Because the word tells me be not conformed to the things of this world. So that's what I'm doing. I'm rebelling. I'm not conforming to this world. I'm following my Father. I'm following my purpose. I'm following my calling. I'm tired of seeing the grave as the richest place in the world. Why is the grave the richest place in the world? It's full of dreams, of callings, of purposes, of so many things of that sort that were unfulfilled. Because we didn't take that step to say, God, I'm following you. I'm going to do what you call me to do. So me being able to do this, to speak, to minister through music, to do all of these things, I can't explain to you when I was told that I'm supposed to be brain dead and I'm not supposed to function to be able to do this. It's a victory every time I do it. It's something that I can say, enemy, I'm kicking you in your head. You're not stopping me. So I encourage young people, younger people, those of us that are a little bit more seasoned. It's never too late. It's not. It's never too late. Because the way I see it, I'm young. I gave my life to the Lord about 15 years ago, so technically I'm a 15-year-old. If it says that He makes everything brand new, I'm 15 years old, I'm good. I got a long way to go. So today I challenge you guys to, when you're feeling that torn, that your heart is being torn, that you follow Christ. It's not the easy route, I can tell you that. We just came from Vineland, ministering over there. And what we saw over there is things that will blow your mind, that will break your heart. Drug addicted, homeless, people just out of their mind, just in such a need of love, the love of Christ. And to know that God will use someone like me to show people that He loves you. I'm so honored and humbled to do that. To know that if my wife and my kids look at me, they say, hey, Daddy's doing this for the Lord. If that's the legacy that I leave, praise God. Daddy gave his all for Jesus. So you guys are all here because in your hearts you want to help the children that are going through this horrible disease trying to take them out. And you donated of your money and not of your time. I ask you to donate your prayers, to pray without ceasing, and to give it your all. It's time that we see miracle signs and wonders. It's time that we see God moving amongst us. That no longer, this so-and-so is sick with this so-and-so. No, rise and be healed. It's time that we function and we flow in that authority that Jesus Christ gave us. He gave us authority. He left it in us, and He dwells within us. So it's time that we walk in that. I know back in the days, like I mentioned before, I used to walk around like nobody can fight with me. Nobody can throw their hands with me. But now that I have the King of Kings residing inside of me, why would I walk in fear? Why would I walk like I don't have the authority to do what He's told me to do through His Holy Spirit? So today I tell you guys, as you're living every single day, which is a blessing, if you feel like your heart is being torn, follow Jesus. He'll bring you back together. He'll do a wonderful work, but you have to give Him your heart. I've learned too many years. I said prayers of an Indian giver. I give you my heart, I'll take it back. You're not doing it fast enough. I gave you my heart, I don't know, because you don't want me to change. And it wasn't until I said, God, I give you my heart, I left it alone, that the work wasn't done. Not because He couldn't, but because I wasn't giving it up. So today I'm going to share this song with you guys. It's called Torn. And I had a young lady, Stormy Myers, that helped me out. That's not me singing on the chorus. I can't hit that high. Praise you, Jesus. Glorify your name. Hallelujah. Yes, sir. There you go. These lights are giving me a nice suntan, which I'm not minding at all. It's like cussing is my deviation, feeling like I don't belong, alienation. Trying to bring lights to burn lines, animation. Just as I feel as a spiritual incarceration. Dipping mission and scattering memory flashes. Realizing my purpose is burning out just ashes. Feeling myself becoming systematically drained. I'm telling shit, being solely sustained. Direction seeking the streets of calamity. Subtracting, divided by people. That's a remedy in my dispensation. But change stays stuck, living in my stagnation. Can't match my present thinking that I'm making history. Confusion, desperation, tearing up inside of me. Straining with gravity, pulling me apart. Trying to elevate this poisonous heart. Regardless of finality, will have to surrender. Get this agony, return to sender. Free my flesh from baggage and fire. Heaven and hell got me calling up for fire. Sometimes we're so focused on the mountain that we don't realize that it's being broken down by God. The reason it's being broken down is because He needs to remove it in order for us to see what's under it, which is that pearl that He's been trying to give us. So it's time that we shift our mindset. No invitations to disappointments and lessons. Shadow lights around, verbal attacks, my attention. Struggling to be a level and throw dark shade. Rain falls, take facade fades. Struggling, do I give up or do I give in? Surrender to my purpose, all of us are within. Have me feeling like a shell, void and hollow. Insanity, the same path I choose to follow. My way or your way is the dilemma to me. What do I do when I'm sleeping with the enemy? This audition, right, I ain't in it. Realized all my life I'm this sick and just faking it. I'm a lost compass, lacking a sense of direction. Ignoring urgency of my leading elevation. The spirit's born, life is on. Genesis, revelation to be reborn. Temptation in my mind to rewind. Swerving push to bed, I'm doing just fine. So now I speak life into you. I'm tired of the enemy having his way. I speak life, I speak healing. I speak hope into you. Because Jesus Christ came to give all of that to us. And it's a free gift. So I speak it into you. No longer will the enemy have his way with our children, with our family, with our finances, with our health, with our lives. It's done and finished. Jesus said on the cross, it is finished. So it's time that we walk in that. And we understand that God has done the work. And we just need to walk in it. Thank you, Jesus. Now, accepted the Lord doing all my stuff. And I happened to be driving in the streets of Brooklyn, and I see this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful young lady giving out tracts under the train station. And I said, at that time, believe it or not, I had hair, okay? Don't judge me. And I made sure I had gel in my car. I put some gel in my hair. I put some cologne on. I made sure everything was proper. And I go to the young lady and started talking to her. Fast forward many years, she's my wife. You'll see the beautiful, she's still young to me. I still see her as the first day. Beautiful young lady, she's sitting, I believe she's in the back table, or I don't know. But she's somewhere there. So my mom prayed for my healing, for me to come back from coma, brain dead diagnosis. Happened. My mom prayed for my life to get straightened out. Praise God, happened. My mom prayed for, the one that God had for me. Happened. So she said, hey, let me pray again and maybe he'll give me grandkids. It happened. My daughter's there, my boys are, they stood home, but my daughter's somewhere there with my wife. So all this happened, and I'm rejoicing because God is answering prayer. God is doing so much in my life. This is awesome. And my thought was to sit in the pew and never do anything in church. And I was sitting in the back. Just that, praise God, hallelujah. Service finished, I was out because I didn't want anybody to talk to me. And I didn't want anybody to find out that God had put abilities in me. Because people have discernment. So, I would do that. It got to a point that I lost my job in New York and started going different places for jobs. And I got a job offer in New Jersey. Told my wife, and she said, let's go. So we go, and some stuff happened. It wasn't between my wife and I, never been separated, never been divorced, anything of that sort. It wasn't anything that my wife did or I did or anything of that sort. But I ended up living in New Jersey with my daughter, who at the time was 3 months old, and my wife and my boys were stuck in New York. And they couldn't come to New Jersey to live. So here I am saying, God, what's up? Like, you're supposed to hook me up. I'm following you. You're supposed to look out for me. And that's not happening. So I'm not gonna act like I'm super, Christian, and I wasn't upset with God. I was. I said, God, you said that if I ask, I shall receive. You said if I'll knock, that you'll open. What's going on? I'm quoting scripture at God like he didn't write it. And he's letting me know, relax, I got this. At the end of it all, you will see that my name will be glorified. And I'll say, yeah, but what's up with my family? What about my family? So I used to see my wife every weekend, and the boys every other weekend. I felt like I was on parole or something of that sort. And every Sunday when they had to go back to New York, it was only tears. Only tears because they had to be separated. My daughter was crying because her brothers and her mom were leaving, and I had to be there. Now, you take a guy that's from the streets, and all of a sudden he's taking care of a 3-month-old baby with the same hands that he used to use to hurt people. Now he has to take care of this little fragile thing. And I'm scared out of my wits. God, did I just break something? Okay, how do I had to plan everything. How do I change her without breaking her leg? How do I feed her without breaking her arm? How do all of this stuff? But God gave me the ability to care for my He gave me the ability to nourish her, to love her. And he let me know, son, if that's you that are a human father, imagine how much your Father in heaven takes care of his children. I said, God, I never thought of it like that. Forgive me. Now 2.5 years passed, and this was still going on. And I got to the point that I was upset. I said, God, that's it. That's it. I'm tired of this. You either do something or I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to go hurt somebody. And God said, wait, since when did you become the boss? You want to serve me, but you want to serve me as an advisor? I called you to be a servant. My bad, God. I was just acting up. I'm going to sit down. Okay? I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to follow through now. I was just checking. I get a phone call from my wife, and I'm at work. I used to work at a preschool at the time. And she calls me and she says, baby, it's over. Okay, so when's the next appointment? No, baby, you don't understand. It's over, it's done. It's over with, we're coming home. When I tell you that I did, I don't know if you guys ever saw Ace Ventura, when he's running around. This dog is at work, going in the office, and I did the little quiet one that you don't even... I think I did some ad workouts when I was crying. But there was such a relief that came off me, knowing that Jesus had answered my prayer, and that my family was coming home, and we no longer were incomplete. That was my answered prayer. Like I said, I failed God, and He's never failed me. And at that point, Jesus said, son, that was how you was with me. You knew my gospel, yet you turned your back on me. You knew where home was, yet you left. And I've been calling you to come back home, and you haven't been doing it until now. You had to go through the process. You had to develop certain things to understand. And when I tell you that I'm grateful for even the pain that I've gone through, I really mean it. Because the man that CHRISTREBEL was many years ago is not the man that I am today. And even doing this music, my wife can testify. I said, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing music. I don't care who knows that I did this. I don't care who knows that I did that. I don't want to get in church leadership. I don't want to, nothing. Let me sit in the back. I'll sit there and I'll be a ninja and disappear. What ends up happening, I don't know who. I would like to find out who told people. But my wife and I are the leaders of the young adults in the church. Not only that, praise God. We have all these plans before God, and God is like, okay. Not only that, but they made us part of, these pastors are crazy enough to make us part of the core leadership. Okay, cool. I'll do that, God. I'll do that. All right. I'll do that. You guided me, directed me. A ministry friend calls me up after I had taken some time off from doing music with another label. I told my wife my season is done. I'm not going to do music with them anymore. Nothing happened. It was just God letting me know my season was done with them. I get a call, and my friend is like, hey, what are you doing? I said, well, technically, I'm watching ESPN, and sitting on the sofa with my daughter next to me. No, I mean, what are you doing musically? And I said, right now, nothing. He says, okay, I want you to pray about it, but I want you to join us. Now, this guy has been doing music for more than 15 years. He has his own label. He's known throughout Latin America, the United States, has movies, CDs, all that stuff. And I said, God, I don't want to fall in love with a name. I don't want to fall in love with accolades. I want to fall in love with you. And I want to fulfill your purpose. What do you want me to do? And I took it to him. And I prayed and I said, God, I'm not stressing it anymore. I'm going to leave it at your feet. You let me know. And God used many people to confirm and say, this is where you're going. Okay. And it's been one weekend after another that pretty soon we need a weekend just to kind of chill at home and watch ESPN and sit on the sofa. But it's a beautiful thing to serve a living God. It's a beautiful thing when you're walking in your purpose. When you know that, my daughter asks me all the time, Daddy, do you get nervous? And I tell her, you know what, baby, I don't. I don't. How you don't get nervous? I said, because God is my Father. This is His house. Why would I be nervous in His house? If He's told me, I'm telling you to do this and I'm listening to Him, why would I be nervous to fulfill His purpose and His plan for my life? So it's not even me doing it, it's Him. I'm just the instrument, I'm the vessel. So those nerves are gone. And I see that already because of what I'm doing. It's already being developed in my daughter. So when God blesses, it's a blessing that goes not just for you, but it trickles down to your children, your children's children, your children's children's children, to the dog, to the neighbor, to the cable guy, to all of them. Because that's how God is. He can't break His word. He can, but then He says, I'm not a man to lie. So those things are part of who Christ Rebel is. I was a disobedient child. But now I obey my Father, and I honor my father and mother on this earth. I was someone that hurt people, and now I'm doing all that I can to restore, to make new and to bring Jesus, the hope of Jesus. Those that are feeling like their life is over, and they can't take it anymore, I let them know there is hope in Jesus Christ. I let them know to come back home to the Father, who did so much for us, just to make a way so that He can have a relationship with us. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to know that you are loved unconditionally. That no matter how you mess up, He still loves you. He still has you and will put you back on the right path so that you can, okay, you messed up, clean you off, and go back. That's the Father that we serve. And if today you don't serve Him, He's a free gift. Believe me, He comes with a satisfaction guarantee clause. He won't let you down. He just won't. So today, if you don't serve, you can come meet me wherever and I'll pray with you. And I'll lead you to the Father. Because I want to have that big party in heaven with all my brothers and sisters. And I want to know that no one is hurting anymore. I want to know that, people are healed, that they're rejoicing, that they're thankful, that they're grateful, that they're finally before the Father. And the great thing is that Jesus doesn't care about any of this. He cares about this. Doesn't matter how you look, how you dress, none of that. You come to the Father, and He's going to love you. He can't help but do that. You're His child. So if you've done it, amen. We're going to rejoice in heaven. We're going to take this world and turn it upside down like Paul and Silas did for Christ. I challenge you. And, we can go back and forth and do different things. And okay, you went and you ministered, you went and you prayed in the hospital. Okay, let's go. We challenge each other. We push each other. I always like hanging around people that are at a level that I'm not at yet, because they push me to my next. That's something that my pastors have taught us. I'm going to push you to your next. I'm not going to let you stay comfortable. I'm going to get to a point that you're uncomfortable so that you move into your next. Because there's so much purpose, there's so much more than the everyday life that we live. This final song that I'm going to be singing, you guys can hear my youngest son and my daughter. My daughter's the one giggling, and they're singing part of the chorus. But it talks about the situation that we experience. It's called Daddy, We're Home. But it's also speaking about the prodigal coming back home. And I pray that if you haven't come back home, that today is the day. This is Daryl Boyer. CHRISTREBEL. True story. Sometimes in life, we go through things that feel like they're gonna break us, but if they develop things within us, that shows us we just needed to come back home. Love you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Take it straight from my hands, from revenge of a man. Say it's so fair, I can't tease it, my friend. On my knees, only way I understand. That's where CHRISTREBEL my number one fan. Years past, I raise a sand. Feeling together, we never stand. Turn to the grid, I had my madness, we part of your plan. To hurry up, like my former man. Fighting to again, my brother plan. Full, raise my arms strong and bad. Teach grab my spirit sand. No longer am I stuck in Neverland. Soaring and flying higher than beat a band. Feeling like you just came with that band. Dreams of reality, I now understand. All those women and I understand. That's a prayer when they say. I dare you to try Jesus. Believe me, he won't let you down. Truly appreciate you guys giving me your time, helping Daryl Boyer out and allowing us to come here and use what God has given us. The church for allowing us to use this church, which is beautiful. I mean, praise God for it. It's awesome. I feel like I'm in Noah's Ark. This is awesome. I mean, I'm inside the ark, so I'm good. But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for your time. But if anything of what I said or sang sticks with you, remember that Jesus Christ loves you, and there is hope in Jesus. My name is CHRISTREBEL. God bless you all.